Alrighty, so y'all sent me this rail out here to kind of check some stuff out about it. I was told just to see how it fits onto the gun and also to see how attachments go on, make y'all kind of a little video of me doing that. So did run into a few problems with attachments. I'll go over that in just a second. So as far as the quality of the rail, it feels awesome. I really like how dense the material is and how it feels. So the only issue really that I have about mounting of the rail and everything is how the rail attaches at the receiver. So you got your barrel nut that goes on, get it, then you got, I'm gonna call it castle nut, that's the closest thing that I know to call it. And then your rail screws on to the barrel nut, and that castle nut bolts into the side of that rail, and you judge your distance that you need and tighten everything down. Then you got a set screw that comes in from the bottom. With everything being on threads, one, I would feel more comfortable in adding Loctite, but even then it's attached to the barrel, so that barrel is going to be heating up, so Loctite might not even come loose. And we don't want to use red or anything that would stand up to the heat, because we might want to take this rail off eventually. So I would feel more comfortable having set screws on each side along with on the bottoms, like the one we already have, to kind of aid in not allowing that rail to twist anywhere. Because I mean, if you're using this for home defense, or you're using this for even just shooting in the backyard, you don't want your rail twisting. I know those two are kind of supposed to meet up and kind of bolt together and stop that, but I would feel more comfortable having more set screws. But other than that, so far I've had no issues with it. It hasn't twisted on me any. So those are kind of the only things about mounting it that I had issues with. Attachments. So I got a couple different attachments I was going to put on here real quick. So one is just a basic foregrip here, which I will quickly put on here. So this one actually adjusts and becomes wider, so that way you can attach it. So there. I'm just gonna very quickly throw this on here. I'm not gonna measure it or get it exactly where I want it. And there we go. So attached pretty easily. Not much issue. Which you can see, just like any other Picatinny rail, that bad boy's on there. It's not gonna go anywhere. The only issue I run into is, if you can see, there's a gap there, right? Most normal Picatinnies, that would be kind of solid. It wouldn't, you still see a gap, but it wouldn't be that large. The reason for that is I think the Picatinny is a little wider than most. The only reason I say that is because I've got this Daniel Defense foregrip, pretty common foregrip, good, sturdy, reliable foregrip. It will not slide onto the end due to the size of the Picatinny. I'd have to Dremel out on my grip to get that to slide on there, because this one does not clamp apart like what this one does. So that rail is slightly too large to be able to slide. Any sliding attachments you're gonna have, they're not gonna fit on this unless they were sized to a bigger rail. Figures by the time I get out here it starts raining. So that is one issue that I found with attachments. Again, this laser, kind of the same situation as the foregrip that I got here. It will adjust out and clamp on. Let me go right here. Oh, dropping tools. There we go. Drop it again. Tighten that up. And there we go. Now, the little laser's mounted on there. It's not going anywhere. But again, the only reason it's able to mount is because it adjusts out on the sides to be able to fit this larger Picatinny. So I would use that as a disclosure, or make my Picatinny smaller, saying, hey, this Picatinny is larger. It's not going to accommodate every single attachment. So that's just the way it is. And most of your sights are going to clamp in. Like, I know this is on my receiver, but still, this, since it clamps in from the side, would fit on here no problem. It's the anything that slides on like that foregrip. Anything that just comes on like this would be where your issue is. So that is all I got, all my thoughts. So yeah, hope that's what y'all are looking for. If not, I can do some more to it, whatever y'all like.